Gonna have a little bit of a fashion show for you today. Over the last 6 weeks or so, we've been doing a series on dancing and dancewear and all the accessories that go along with dance. Going to cap it off today with Liz Sumter from Carolina Connection Dance and Bodywear with a fashion show starting off for the young.
Carolina Connection Dance and Bodywear is Lynchburg's primary retailer in dancewear, as well as cheerleading, gymnastics, and all the gifts and accessories that can go along with that.
Now, you've actually moved as well. As a matter of fact, somebody mentioned to me they were looking you up online, and the old address was showing up, so let's remind people where you are.
Well, great, yes, and you just can't get things off the internet. I've been trying to get the old address off the internet and updated, but we're out on Forest Road in a small shopping center called Briarwood. It's between Cottontown Road and Grays Mill Road.
All right, for the last 6-7 weeks, we've been talking about dancewear, and we thought we'd enter a little series by taking a look at some of the dancewear and not just looking at it hanging on a rack, but looking at it on dancers themselves. So, shall we start off?
That'd be great. And today we have dancers from Forest Dance Academy, which is one of Lynchburg's largest dance schools. It's in its 26th year, and I was proud to have been a teacher there in the past, and I'm glad to see the students here today.
And who do you have first?
First, we have Kristen.
And Kristen is how old?
Kristen is 4 years old, and she is from the creative movement class. And when little ballerinas start out, you can see there she's in her basic pink, her leotard and skirt, and ballet slippers. And of course, you can't forget every ballerina needs a beautiful bun. And so this is Kristen. Thank you.
How important are the creative movement classes for the young?
Well, they're a great activity. They teach more than just the skill and the beginnings of dance. They're also giving the children the social environment of being involved in a group, which is so important. As a dancer, as you mature, you're going to be in dances with other dancers.
Let's see who's next.
Okay, next is Hunter, and she is our kinder dance student today, and she is going to show us a little bit of tap dance, which is another basic way that the kids start. There she goes, making some noise with those tap shoes. All right. And you can see she's in the same pink. A lot of studios do have uniforms or dress codes where they want different levels of students to be in certain colors.
Cool. Okay, and next we have?
We have from our primary and mini jazz class, we have Carter. And Carter is in your jazz shoes, and she has jazz pants on. She's given us a little choo-choo there, and her color level at Forest Dance Academy happens to be a light blue. And she's showing us some of her jazz moves.
Cool.
Yeah, there she goes. Thank you, Carter. Next is Chelsea, and she has moved into the elementary age, and she's our hip-hop girl today. Go, Chelsea. And you can see in the hip-hop attire for dance class, she's got on clean tennis shoes and cut-off pants and the tank top and the hat. So it's more casual and more street when you're in your hip-hop class.
That's going to be, for all of them, but particularly for Chelsea, that's going to be hard to do a few hip-hop moves without having a good scratch and beat behind you.
Well, yeah, that's true. She did it in silence, so I give her credit for that.
Do we have anyone else in this age range?
Yes, we have Alyssa. And she is in the ballet class now, and she's wearing your lovely basic black leotard, pink seamed tights, a very traditional tights for the ballet class, and the ballet slipper, which is the soft shoe. And she's doing some of her ballet moves for us. There's the beautiful back of the leotard.
It's fun stuff. We come back. We're going to continue with our little fashion show of dancewear next on Living in the Heart of Virginia. By the way, I want to remind you, if you're looking for your places for your child or grandchild, maybe even to get into dance, Liz has a great bulletin board there in her store that has all the dance classes and everything that's available in the community and the surrounding area. Let's continue with our fashion show. Liz and her students jazzing it up.
I think that's what's led me to be now the owner of this store. I don't think I'd have interest in any other store besides mainly a dancewear store. I've taught here locally, like I said, at Forest Dance Academy and in the formative years of Dance Theater of Lynchburg, and it's just a pleasure to be around the families and watching the young girls and as they mature, continue in dance.
Well, let's continue on with your fashion show. We're getting into, are these middle school students roughly?
Yes, I think we're heading toward middle school and high school. Okay. And we're in the intermediate level of dance here, and we are having Amanda, who is a tap dancer for us. And she's going to make some noise. Amanda has on what you might see in any tap class, the nice tap shoes, the leg warmers, which are back, by the way. So a lot of people come in and go, oh my gosh, the 80s have come back, but leg warmers are hot again.
Now, are leg warmers functional, or are they just stylish?
No, they actually are functional. They keep the muscles warm, and once the dancer warms up, you just don't want to cool off too quickly. So they really are functional, and they also are for the legs. We've got sweaters, all sorts of things that you can keep warm with.
Cool. Who's next?
Okay, next we've moved into the advanced levels of dance, and we have Brina, who is showing us probably what everyone really, when they think of ballet, they think of the student and the dancer who is on point. And she's going up on her point shoe, which some people, it's a mystery how they do that. They're not doing it just on their regular feet. There's a box, it's called, inside of there that's actually paper mache and glue. It's not a wooden block. But she's quite skilled at that, and she's got a skirt on, which just really adds to the elegance in the point class. And next we have Darian, who's coming out. And she is an example of a student who is in her jazz class. And you might catch a little flash of the dance on the back of her shorts, and she has on some Padini jazz shoes and a cute purple leotard.
Now, is jazz the definition of what we might see in Broadway productions like, I don't know, Cats, Rent, things like that?
Well, that's going to be a combination of show dance, really, where you're going to have anything from tap to jazz to even ballet incorporated in that as well.
Okay. And we have next to see.
Next, we have Sarah, who is coming out, and she is performing an excerpt from a lyrical piece. Now, lyrical is a form of dance. I think you might also hear it as contemporary. It's somewhat a blend of ballet and modern techniques, and it's very popular in dance studios now, and it's great exposure for the girls in getting that style of dance.
It seems like that would have a lot of interpretation and ability for them to express almost as an actor would, because they are actors, in fact.
Yes, it does, and it's oftentimes done barefoot, as you may have seen her, or these little teeny shoes that they have that are so cute that keep the ball of the foot from getting torn up and helps them turn, too.
All right, let's look at our last one here.
Our last dancer is Whitney, and Whitney is from a modern class, which has some of the similarities to lyrical. I come from a modern dance background, so I'm so glad to see modern dance being taught in dance studios and girls being exposed to that in the high school level and not just on the college level.
And, of course, we have all of them over there. Can you guys all give yourselves a round of applause?
I will.
Liz, last word. When it comes down to somebody considering their children participating in a dance program, I mean, you studied dance, you went on, and it was part of your career. But even for those who are not looking forward to it as a career, it's got to have a lot of other benefits.
It does. Like I mentioned, the social element of being able to work with a group. I'm all for that, as opposed to being a competition, really working as a group together. People don't understand the athleticism and actually the mental skill that goes into remembering the choreography and the routines and the dances that you do week in and week out. So it's just great from so many ways, and I think what the students really, they enjoy it. And it doesn't have to be their professional goal, but they'll carry themselves differently their whole life, I'm sure, after taking their dance classes.
Liz Sumter is at Carolina Connection Dance and Body Wear on Forest Road in Forest. It sits there in the shopping center behind Fat Tuna. 434-846-5099. It's carolinaconnectiondance.com. And it's pottery next on Living in the Heart of Virginia.